Yeah, it's, as you say, you can see they have the physique, the height. You can see that both players quite tall here. Um, the match will try to develop here. We'll try to see who owns the net. You know, early on in this rally, both ladies will be trying to see who can create the lift to try and create that smash for the man to finish the rally. So it'll be early on, as I say. I think what's the score we're at here? I'm not sure. I'm trying to hear the score here, but obviously, surprisingly, actually, we're at the interval out of 11 already. So some of these rallies were quite short.
Very short. It's interesting as well when you look at the two partnerships. The one at the far end, the pairing of Willie Stephenson and Sylvia Campion from Carlo YM, and I suppose again that is an indication of the nationwide spread. You know, you have Northern Ireland down this end, the Suffern's husband and wife team, pairing from Carlo at the far end, and it is interesting as you look around across the various events, the national spread.
Yes, definitely. There's hot spots, and like any sport, and Carlo is definitely one of them hot spots from a badminton perspective. Always very strong players, always at the top levels. You'll be seeing them in grade B, and C, and D. So, and obviously the couple from the Northern Ireland, very strong badminton tradition there as well. Some top players from Northern Ireland this weekend.
It's interesting to note as well that while this event is taking place this weekend here in Baldoyle, at the same time our elite players are playing in the Finnish Open in Helsinki and doing very well by all accounts.
And doing very well, actually. I haven't had a chance to check for the last couple of hours. We've been busy here at the event, but yes, I think Scott had a 21-19 in his third set there. Scott Evans earlier on this morning. Haven't had a chance to check, but yeah, very successful day yesterday. Lots of wins for Ireland.
And of course Chloe as well getting into the All England event. The only player from Europe, I was very interested to see that. You know, it kind of flew under the radar a bit and didn't get as much coverage, I thought, as it might have deserved in the papers and in the radio and TV and so on.
That she was the remaining European, the sole European, yeah, which was a fantastic achievement.
Great achievement, all right. So it's the Suffern's on serve. An unusual surname, Suffern. I haven't come across it before, and if they do lose, I'm going to use some horrible play on words about them suffering defeat.
Willie there just controlling the rally pretty well.
Smash to finish it as well. Yeah. The one thing you were making that point earlier on about the way mixed doubles is very different to say women's doubles or men's doubles. And you might just kind of outline that a bit further for us.
Yeah, you'll see very much traditional. It's a front and back scenario. The lady tends to be at the front, trying to control the play at the net, so to try and bring her other partner into it by getting the opponents to lift the shuttle. So the key in this game is to keep the shuttle flat and low. Like as soon as you're lifting the shuttle, then you're in a defensive position. If you're keeping it flat, you're in the attacking position. So the key really is low, force the lift, put pressure on your opposition, create the lift, and then just finish the rally off. So that's the fundamental part of the game. So it's quite simple,
yeah.
But obviously it's who
it's
can
simple
who
when it's done right,
yes,
I suppose.
That's it.
And we're at a slight disadvantage here in that at this event it's not like a European standard event where there's no where there's a scoreboard on the side of the court where you can keep an eye on the scoreboard. So we're going to have to try and listen in to the umpire for the score on this game. I must say I'm not getting that at this moment in time.
Second game, love all, play. Service over, 1 love. Service over, 1 all. Two, 1. Service over, 2 all. Three, 2. Four, 2. Service over, 3, 4. Service over, 5, 3. Service over, 4, 5. Five all. Service over, 6, 5.
Okay, welcome back here. Just fixing a few issues here, Con. 6-5. Serves being
Service
exchanged
up,
back and
6
forth
all.
between both players. Nobody's really dominating this game, so
7, 6.
absolutely. You can sometimes get at the international level some very one-sided games. Here, every match should be a ding-dong of a game, really, because
8, 6.
you're having a rest. Obviously, worried about his ankle. Really, they're just a little nervous. But yes, back to earlier, say because it's a graded event, there are no
8, 6.
no guarantees here. No.
Service over, 7,
Very
8.
good example there of classic mixed play there, where Ian was on the attack, driving home the smash, and then just a weak return, and his partner just waiting to pounce on the net from anything and put it away.
Not up. Service over, 9.
I notice one of the things when you look at this match, Willie Stevenson down this end, down the camera end in the white shorts, very tall guy. And again, I wonder, is that the ideal partnership for a mixed doubles? You know, tall man and maybe
over.
slightly smaller
10.
at the net.
Well, what it should mean is, in an attacking sense, when he goes to smash, he should be able to get a better angle.
Yeah.
He should
Goes
be able
up,
to get a better
7,
angle
9,
downwards
interval.
to make it more difficult to defend. Obviously, some players will use, there's a weakness then in a sense, because they'll try and maybe hit shots lower to his body, and he has to try and crouch down and deal with that. But at this level, the players are so good. Having that height advantage it can be useful, especially when a player is serving to them. You have two options. You can serve short and low, or you can serve high and long. But obviously, to do high and long against Willie is a major
Thanks.
operation. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll say thank you very much. So you will see when he's receiving serve, he'll push up, right up to the line. Especially when serving to the lady, tries to put
Nine.
under as much pressure as possible.
Right.
And try and force the error.
Making the point earlier on that the rallies were quite short in this game. For example, they're
Service
relatively
over.
short.
10, 11.
points
Going to Ian and Leanne Suffern. Husband and wife team at the far end in the blue and the black. Only a point in it, 11-10 in favour of
It's over 12-10.
pairing at this end, I think it is.
Yeah, well, it's just gone to 12, just 12, 10 now, just 2, I think, is it? Let's try and pick up now. We're here.
13-10.
13-10, yeah. Tom McGrath there, very experienced umpire. He's one of the organisers of the umpire team.
14-10.
Always looking to recruit new umpires. Did it for myself actually for about a year.
Really?
Yeah, it's a great place to sit. It's probably the best seat in the house. And very
15.
I say we're working on other projects here now, obviously. But yeah, and it's a very enjoyable place to be. And we have some umpires working at the top level. Carol, traveling around the world, sometimes in front of
11-15.
30,000 people watching a match that she is umpiring. So, as well as having top players around the world, we have actually umpires at the top of their game as well, which is good.
Pressure involved in, like as you say, in those
15.
sort of arenas where there might be 30,000 people. You know, every call is an important one. This sport is so big, particularly in the Far East. I remember when
16.
Scott Evans was playing
Lindan.
In the Olympics, they were saying it was the highest ever television audience for an
Over.
Irish
13-16.
sportsman
Yeah.
or woman, with all the Chinese people who were watching.
Yeah. It's it'd be a very good table quiz question because
Yeah,
I don't think too
absolutely,
many
yeah.
would get it right.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely massive in parts of Asia. It's the number one sport in some of these places.
16.
And actually, we're seeing an element of that here over the weekend in Baldoyle as well, because I was interested in looking earlier on at some of the games, at the amount of people
Service
you know,
over. 17.
who've obviously
14.
come to Ireland, or whose families have come to Ireland down through the years from Asia and places like Malaysia, Singapore, and so on, where it's such a big sport, as you say.
And it's great. It's because it's risen the standard. They're coming from a very high standard.
Yeah. Oh, it's
these
got
nations.
to be good for Irish
So
badminton.
it's great
I'm
for
sure,
badminton, yes.
Playing against
15.
better players all the time, and the standard is rising.
Here the score here now, the next rally. Net exchange. He's trying to change the angle there, Willie, to move it away from. Just great kill at the net there. Yeah.
Service over.
The
18,
might be
16.
gone in the umpire's microphone, so I'm doing my best to lip read the score here when he gives it out, but he looked away just as he gave the score.
Yeah, well, he's just called it 18-16.
18-60.
Yeah.
You're getting it now.
And we'll always say the person who's serving is the score you say first. So
19-16.
straightforward finish there. You can see now the lady's serving and the man is right up the line, just trying to put as much pressure on her. Oh, and she missed the finish.
16.
And I think even an apology, I think there might have been a bit more of the, I think it maybe not all string on that shot. I think there might have been very important to use all parts of the racket.
Well, it worked.
Game.
And that's it.
Good
That's
finish
game.
from Willie. Before this match started, somebody outside was saying to me that Willie Stephenson
well
and Sylvia Campion are the class act
Game,
in this
well
event, and that was a class finish.
Yeah, and I think they kept the pressure on all the time. They kept pressure on all the time and forced the high lift and finished the rally off.
Might be out to interview them.
think they're willing to come over. That's great.
What was the score in the first set, William? Oh, the first. 12.
So a straightforward win there for Willie and Sylvia in the mixed doubles semi-final, and it's been a straightforward run through the competition for you so far. Willie, things looking good?
It has, yeah. We're lucky to be seeded in the first round, so I got by in the first round. So that was our first game up against Ian and Leanne. We played them several times before, and it can be 50-50. They win sometimes, we win sometimes, but today we got on top.
Actually, Sylvia was comfortable enough in the end with respect to them. You know, it was relatively straightforward for you.
It may have looked comfortable, it didn't feel that comfortable. With Leanne and Ian, you never know. They get a run of points and it can be game over, so we just couldn't take any chances. So we tried to keep it steady, put a bit of distance between us. So that's all we can do.
Now you're into the final, so what do you do between now and then?
Change, drink water, lots of it, and relax for a little while, and then, yeah.
In terms of the event overall, Willie, what do you make of it?
Brilliant. I've never seen as many entries in my life. I think it's over 320 entries. Credit to Badminton Ireland for running the event in the first place. Brilliant idea. Cups look amazing, so great event.
I suppose it's fair to say that you two are very good and you know all about winning at a very high stage, but there are people who will be winning Irish Opens here over the weekend at the lower grades, and for them to be able to say, I'm an Irish Open champion, it's quite important in a way.
I think it's fantastic. It's a fantastic way to encourage players who otherwise wouldn't get a chance. They play players within their own grades, so they know they're going to play a level competition, and it's the fairest way around it. It's a great idea. Delighted.
I know you have to prep for the final. Congratulations on that win in the semis. Best of luck in the final.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a million, guys.
Thanks a million. Cheers.